Hello the YouTubes, it's Jackpot Ninja here again. It's a long time since I last did a live broadcast. Yeah, taking a little break from building, and I thought I would get back into it by finishing off my Glass Zepplin build, or at least finishing the other dome at the other side. So yeah, we're just sitting at the loading screen, waiting for things to kick off. There we go. Looks like sound's working, so that's good. Right, so I need to make my way back to where I was building before. Obviously not hit up a save for a while. Can we get back to the anomaly? Yeah, very disorganised tonight. I was intending to actually start out at the building site. Looks like I've still got multiplayer turned on as well. Oh, well, that's fine. All over the place. So yeah, I've been posting pictures of the preparation work and the all the scaffolding. So where's my base? There we are, Rendezvous with Rama. That's the one. There we are. So we've got the warping screen. All good quality stuff. Gonna be about 5 minutes in before I've actually started doing anything. Yeah, it's a long while since I've done a building live stream, so I hope it's not going to go wrong. I've got my best glitching controller out, so yeah, I've got two controllers, a red one and a black one, and the red one, the best one for glitching on. It's all going to be adjacency glitching as well, so there's no wires involved in this bit. Because at the time when I started this build, wire glitching wasn't an available option. It was only glitching that I knew how to do at the time. So let's go and check out the build. So this is it's in the NMSA. I don't think I've actually uploaded it yet either. So this is my own little system in the NMSA. It's a little bit off the beaten track, but it's still in the 905. Can we get all the way up to the top in one boost? So this bit here I was experimenting with transitioning from one orientation to another using cuboid rooms. So in fact let's do this first. So if we go over here, so these are all facing one direction, and then you can see through the bottom of this glass floor there's a ladder. I should be able to get onto it, there we go. And then climbing down the ladder drops me into a different orientation of room. And if we look through here, this is a biodome. So the theory is that I'm going to have a big long corridor along here with biodomes on the side, and I'm going to put all the plants in here, and then I run along the corridor and I just harvest as I run. So that's the plan anyway. Eventually, so let's head up the ladder and we'll go further up the build. So by not having a ladder that goes upwards from there, I stop you being able to climb out of the top. And what I did before was, if I can find the right one, I put, was it the round window? There we are. I put a round window in there, so it just looks a bit more normal. Right, so let's jump up through this door. We'll see if we can make it all the way up to the top, and then we'll camera out from the top. Right. So I've only got one of the landing pads in so far. And when I've got a ship on it, it's right up to the edges of the thing. And sometimes if I've got a really big ship, it glitches through the sides. So I did put 3 landing pads in a row, and they were all very tightly packed together, tighter than it would normally let you do, because I was glitching them in. Oh, yeah, I've still got plenty of thermal on, so let's go into photo mode. So this is the original part of the build. So I got this far and then I stopped. So it's got the biodome sticking out the front. It used to look like a big space penis. Well, if we track across, I've been working on the other side of the dome. So all these half walls mark where the square panels are going to be, that I'm going to glitch into glass panels. And then there's a bit more wizardry going on up here. So these days, because we've got wire glitching, none of all these triangles and little skipping out methods are really necessary. But at the time I was really struggling because all my panels were colliding together and I couldn't figure out a way of getting around it. So I started using this little triangle method here. So this little bow tie thing and this triangle at the end. Oh, all my textures aren't rendering in again. But it makes a really nice join this between the two sets of panels. So let's come out of camera mode and we'll go down to the little build hut. So I had to put a little build hut at either end of the build because the build camera doesn't extend to the full length of the build. So let's tap a save as well so I don't end up back at that fish planet again. I was off collecting living pearls because I want to put a underwater dome at the centre of it at the top. There's like a little watchtower sticking out, and I found out I couldn't build it without having living pearls, which I didn't have any of, so I had to go and find somewhere nearby that I could harvest them from. Right, so we'll start down here and we'll just work our way around putting glass panels in. Oops. So this is going to be a lot of me making mistakes as I try and glitch them in. Which I swapped to the red controller because the black one was just useless. I've already had a bit of a trial run at this. There we go. We'll have this done in no time. Of course, there is also the possibility that I'm going to run out of crafting materials as well, because this is all in normal mode. Oops, and that's the set of stairs. Excellent. Oh, I've done stairs again. I don't know why I've done stairs again. Right, let's... That's better. Right. I've also noticed that when I get so far up, the camera doesn't fully rotate, so it really hates working upside down. So when I've been putting these in, it's been really difficult to get the camera to stay in the right orientation. Let's go a bit closer in. Oh, go on. Oh. So yeah, I stopped doing stuff in No Man's Sky for a good 3 months or so. I did a load of Christmas builds and I just got a bit fed up with it. Things didn't seem to be going right for me and I was like, I'll leave it. And then I missed Expedition 1 and I came back for Expedition 2 and I was like, do you know what? I'd half finished that build and I really wanted to finish it off, and I thought, well, I'll have a go and see if I can at least start it off. And I got the first 3 rows of the dome done and I was like, actually it's not going to take that much work to finish it. So at least if I've got both domes in, it looks a bit like what it's supposed to look like. Alright, we're all the way back to the start again. So I'll go back round the other way. Oh dear, losing it again. No, come on. And I did adjacency glitching for this because I'm so much better at doing that than wire glitching. I just can't get the timings right. Hello, what if? Um, 3 viewers is probably one of the highest ratings I've ever had. So how many have I got left to build? I've got 276 available to build. Okay, I've not actually calculated how many I'm going to need. I'm hoping I've got enough materials. But I can, there's a lot of scaffolding detail I can delete out. And I've got a lot of test builds as well on the same site. Yeah, a lot of what I do is experimentation, just trying to see what parts go together and how I can build various different structures. And I'm sure a lot of it is stuff that other people have done before, but the best way to learn how to do it is to just do it and see what happens. Oh, we're nearly back to the beginning again. Oh dear, come on. Over that, just a bit across. Right. Oh, I'm out of build camera again. This happens quite a bit. I'm not sure what causes it, but things crash into my character or the floor drops out from beneath him. So you can see that even at this point the panels are really getting quite close to each other. So when I got to the next layer I swapped out the squares for triangles. Because if you rotate them in a certain way so that they're just touching the very edge of a panel, it will let you place it. You have to rotate it round a few times before it will actually green light it, but it will do it. But So that's on this row here, where they're all slightly slanted. The very final panel of that one I had to do as a wire glitch, because I just couldn't fit it in any other way. So I did the same on the other side. So on the other side I've actually got the wire embedded inside one of the windows. So if you go hunting, you can find the one panel that I had to glitch into place. Right, let's see if we can rotate it around a bit. Oops. There we go. Right. So that's a big significant part of the dome done. So on this next section we're going to start putting these bow tie bits in. I'm not sure if I have to put them in first before I do the panels. I think I do. So let's go around and put the little triangles in first. Now on the other side, oops, is that going to work? It really doesn't want to go. Ah. Right, I'll tell you what, we'll take that panel out. Take that one out as well. Right, that's fine. This is why I put the markers in, so I can put it all back again afterwards. On the other side, I slightly embedded the triangles like this to make the edge a bit neater. Is it that one or is it this one? I think it's this one. But I decided on this side it's not worth the effort of moving it just that tiny bit closer. I'm hoping that I've done the right thing and it's gonna still let me put the other panels in. And I don't think anyone's going to be investigating closely enough to actually see the difference between the two sides. Right. So I might go and do this in lines instead of... Oops, I've done stairs again. Keep doing that. Yeah. That builds up the whole structure. you get a better impression of what's going to be the final end result. Oops. There we go. It's all starting to come together. Oops. Come on. Oh. There we go. Right, nearly there. Question is, this last section, is it actually going to work? So, does this actually fit? It does. I was concerned I was going to get to the very end and the last panel wasn't going to fit in. So there we go. So this is how the other end looked. And I stuck a biodome in there, and I'm not entirely sure I ought to have done. but when I continued the curve on, all the panels sort of crossed over and made a really weird pattern, and I wasn't sure that's how I wanted to end it either. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this space. I have thought about having like a big airlock door of some sort, like with power doors, and then having some sort of a like a balcony that you can stand on and look out at the view. And down the centre of it, I'm planning to have like a power core that's making the whole thing run. And I've done a bit of a test build over here. Only the build camera doesn't extend that far. Well, what I'll do is we'll hit a save so all that work doesn't get lost, and we'll run down to the test area. So I've still got all this section to fill in, but that is much more straightforward than the building of the dome. So over in my test area, let's run across. This is where I tested out the curves and how we're going to interact together. So this is, I think this is an hollow curve, I'm not sure. So anyway, this curve is different to that curve. So let's fly across. So this is the test build for the centre. So this is what Beeblebum helped me out with. So I asked him a question in Discord, and he kindly helped me design this thing. So the idea is that this power core tunnel is going to run the length of that structure. So assuming I'm going to have enough parts to do it and still be uploadable. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do in the centre of it, but the idea was maybe a glass tunnel or something. And also I was thinking about splitting it halfway up to do the horizontal biodome thing that I was testing out. So have have like a half circle and then a lower half circle, and then glass cuboid rooms along this centre line on either side. And also I was trying out different lighting effects for it as well. And I was thinking maybe like bike beat controlled lights so that you can transition faster. So yeah, it's all in my head, and I've been testing various things out to try and make it a reality, but yeah, it's still a work in progress. This is the Christmas tree build I was doing at Christmas, with the lights on the inside, and then each of these trees glitched to a corner. So I was trying various different ways to get the lights to shine through the trees. So that's another build that I did. In fact, I might go and visit that now, seems I've got some time. What time are we on now? Yeah, I've got about another 15 minutes, so I've got to put me daughter to bed, so let's go check out some of my Christmas tree builds. So I assume the walk doesn't take too long. It's definitely getting longer every time I do it. I haven't visited a few of these bases for a while, so I'm hoping they're all still intact and the terrain's not regrown. Okay, that didn't used to be there. So where are we at? Oh yes, this is the isolation base. So this is my personal build. So this is before I did one for Zane's build off. So a very familiar looking dome. This took me a lot less time to build. Circumference is a lot less than the other one, and I used a different technique for this. So all the stuff that I learnt off the other build I put into this one. So let's drop down through the tree. Oh, I'm not in the middle of the tree, am I? I can't get out again now. Right, there we are. I'm surprised it all still renders in. So yeah, big Christmas tree sitting on top of the present. And then this biodome here has a ladder that seems to go to nowhere. Again, this is stuff that I did after the Zeppelin build. So this is actually, I think this is void space here. So this is going into the under terrain zone. But you go through the void and then you drop back into a cave that's underneath. So this is all solid rock above, but we've just climbed through it. Let's just go over here. I'm sure there was no. Oh yes, there is. There's these things. Subterranean relics. And they grow back after a while. So this was going to be like Santa's grotto down here, but I never actually finished it off. So let's go back up to the top. Oh, have I climbed through the top of the dome? I have, there we go. Yeah, that's because it's it goes through the void and it tries to want to jump you back up to where you were. Let's just go and see if the other half of the build's still here, which I'm not sure if it is. I might have to delete it out for parts. Oh no, here we go. Right, so this is the original purpose of this build, was this section of piping that goes down here, and it used to work as a train track for the Nomad. So let's see if we can do this. So we're down at the bottom again. Right, so you used to be able to just drive up these pipes and get back up to the top, but when they changed it so that the wires weren't solid anymore, same thing happened to the pipes. So it used to work as a cable car, and it no longer does. Wow, this is getting a bit too noisy. I can't hear a thing. So So let's go. So that was one of my Christmas builds, and I started this in November, and then Zane had a Christmas build off, and I was like, well, I've got it all worked out, and so I decided I was going to just rebuild the entire base, but in Eisentam, where the build off was happening. So we'll go and have a look at my Christmas build, and again this has got some features that I tested out that I'm hoping to integrate into the Zepplin build. Yeah, that's definitely the Christmas tree build. I wonder if I put the base computer inside the tree. I wonder if that's where it's going to take me to. It's looking very tree-like to me. Oh, has it crashed? No, no, it's still going. Yeah. Oh, we're inside the present. So yeah, Swishmas Bill. So this is the Zane version. So it's taller than the other one, and I changed the lights so we're closer into the trees. And again, this is one that doesn't render very well normally, so since the updates they all seem to be rendering a lot better than they were before. So I built the tree, and then I built this base. It was originally just a landing pad, but if we... oh yeah, there's all the experimental roof builds. So let's go into camera mode. We'll have a bit of a fly around. So this bit took me ages, making all the metal roof pieces lock into each other. And then underneath the landing pad I've got this like pilot's lounge, I called it. So all these cuboids are all upside down, but the stairs are the right way up. So that took a bit of figuring out, but that makes this lovely rounded edge thing. So I was thinking along the top of the Zeppelin I'd have these rounded edge rooms underneath the landing pads, and then I also built this weird structure as well, because I was trying to work out if I could smudge two sets of glass tunnels together, and that didn't quite work out. So this is the closest I got it. So they're almost merged, but it really didn't like it. I couldn't put a glass one there. So let's see if we can go down into the knot bit. So you can go around the outside of the top one. And then there's this tilty tunnel down, Yeah, it's got a couple of hollow doors in the middle to transition from one orientation to the other. There we go. And then you're upside down. So I'm hoping to use this as well, the upside down tunnels, so that if I do this inside the Zeppelin, you can walk around and you can see all of the inside. And it's like a glass floored tunnel. But this bit wasn't ready to show off when Zane came to do his build tour. I'd only done the tree itself, the lounge, and then I'd not even properly decorated the lounge by the time he came to view them. And then when I saw what everyone else had done, I was like, yeah, this is a bit embarrassing, really. I can't actually remember how to get out of here. There's definitely a teleporter. I came in on it. I'm just going to keep going round in circles. Oh, hang on, this is us. There we are, out we go. So yeah, hopefully what I've learnt from this one, I'm going to be able to implement into the other one. So yeah, this is an upside down tunnel as well. So this is right way up. This is upside down. This is still upside down. And then this ladder, this stair, is actually the correct way up. And it's snapped onto the roof of this building that I pushed through the bottom, because I couldn't figure out another way of doing it. So I put a cuboid room through the bottom of this one, then put a roof on it, and then adjacency to the stairs. Yeah, and that tree is actually, I made the tree bigger because I'd not actually realised I could muck about with the sizes of the trees. And I've got a nice little seating area that I can just sit and look at the view from. There we go. Back up we go. So yeah, hopefully everything that I learnt from doing all these other builds, I'll be able to integrate into the Zeppelin build and its final form. Let's go and have a look at these roof bits that I was doing. So these are all the different looks you can apply to the roof sections. So they're all really different when you apply different textures to them. And then over here I've got I was experimenting with the different heights of floor pieces. So I think this one is actually like half a floor askew. So I've got a set of upside down ones, a set of right side up ones, and I was sort of merging one roof section into another. In fact, this is, let's have a look. So that's right way up. Oh, that's right way up as well. I must have flipped it back again. Oh yeah, is that a half floor drop? I think that's a half floor drop there. So yeah, I think I'm going to get back into experimenting with pieces and seeing what I can come up with. But this is the idea for the top end of the Zeppelin. So we're going to have the power core tunnel through the centre, and then we're going to have one of these under a set of landing pads. So there's going to be, I'm hoping there's going to be 4 landing pads and then like a central section, and then this is going to run underneath all of them, and maybe like a cuboid room on top to make it really tall. So yeah, it's all a work in progress. So I'm running out of time now because we're into bedtime for the girls. So where should we go to finish off? Let's head back to the fungal base and we'll see how that's doing at the moment, because this was my first base that I ever set up, and it was originally a liquid explosive farm, but the terrain always grows back on it, so I like to check in on it every now and again just to tidy things up. So we'll have a wander around there, and then I'll have to call it a day. Let's have a quick look around, see how things are doing. So yeah, it's basically a fungus farm. It was significantly bigger, but I had to curtail it when all the terrain started growing back in again. But yeah, it looks like it's surviving. Yeah, so you've got ammonia, you've got loads of fungal plants. So, hello bandit, you can come see what I'm doing. Oh, get off, honestly. Huge cat. Right, let's so this is my secret underground storage, and then I've got this get guy here who's supposedly working on these funguses under here. But yeah, this room everything tends to be trapped in rock when I come back to it, so yeah, the emergency escape is all blocked off, so that's before I trust the teleporters to get me back out again. And there's some batteries behind this wall that keep this section all powered up. Oh yeah, and if you look up, oh no, it's all grown back in again. You used to be able to see out into the void just like on the other builds. And that's what got me started on building in the void. In fact, I could see it out through the windows, and I was like, I wonder if there's a way of getting into there and building underneath the terrain. But the thing with void building is if you build under the terrain, it sometimes shifts everything back up again. So the game tries to adjust the level of the terrain to correct for the fact that there's stuff that's built underneath it. So if you are going to build into the void, you need to make sure you build quite a long way down so it doesn't cause the land to jump back up again. So yeah, I think that's probably about it. I'll set it warping back to the base, so I'm ready to go again. So we'll do one final camera pass of the whole base now that the dome's complete. Let's drop the menu, there we go. So there's still a huge amount of work to do. There's a lot of this scaffolding needs deleting out. That's my cat jumping on my shoulder. Honestly, Bandit, you've got to give me some warning before you try that. Yeah, this is something you don't get on anyone else's live stream. You don't get people wincing as a cat sticks its claws into you as he tries to climb up. Right, let's zoom out a bit. Yeah, still having a few issues with textures. I think that's just basically because of the size of the build. So yeah, this whole middle section needs filling in, and all the landing pads need putting along the top again. But yeah, it is looking pretty good. Yeah, that's as far as the camera will go. Right, I'm going to call it a night at that. So if you have been, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again for another stream another time.